Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So this is the winning hairstyle that you all wanted to see. I've recreated it all for you. I started from scratch. Basically, I washed my hair and stretched it using my heatless blowout method, and then I use the Flexi Rods just to curl the front. So I've used products that are easily available as you all wanted. I've used the ORS range. I washed and conditioned my hair with these two, and then I used, for my heatless blowouts, I used my favorite Nubian Nature's Shea Lavender Moisture Souffle. I always use this for my heatless blowout and to moisturize my hair. And then to basically get these curls, I used these two to set my hair with the Flexi Rods. Now these you can get, I got these at Dischem. You can basically get these pretty much anywhere now. I got these at Dischem. If you can't find anywhere you are and don't mind online shopping, you can get this from Natural Moisture, www.natmoisture.co.za. I have to check that, it might not be the correct one, but I'll link it in the description box below. But I got these from Dischem, and that's basically what I used. So this is the hairstyle. I hope the tutorial is clear, and I hope it's not too long, and I hope it helps you to recreate the style. So enjoy. The makeup look, I totally switched up. I did a rose gold makeup. That the inspiration was, of course, Jackie Aina, because she's the queen of rose gold. So I did a rose gold makeup look, and yeah, that's basically the style. And enjoy the tutorial.
So I started off with freshly washed hair. I washed my hair with the ORS range, as I said before. I thread my hair twice. So I thread it, and when it's about 95% dry, I take it down and rethread it to get this heatless blowout, in which just basically makes my hair big. I like to have stretched hair when I do a twist out or a style like this, because it's basically, my curl will be much more elongated than starting from freshly just washed hair, which isn't stretched out, because then the curls are very tight. So here I'm just parting my hair just for the front bit, so I can just put just this front bit into curls. So basically, just part the amount of hair that you actually want in the front. I think with this recreation there was slightly more hair than the style from my Instagram pictures. So basically I separated that and then just put the rest of the hair out of the way. Once that was done, I then started to obviously separate the hair into medium sections. I used the ORS wrap mousse and the smooth and hold pudding. The smooth and hold pudding gave me some hold, and not a lot. And you mustn't use a lot of the stuff because it's a bit greasy and it can be a bit oily. The wrap just makes my curl slightly smoother, not as smooth as using the other product that you all didn't want to see, but yeah, this one makes it have a smooth, slightly smooth thing on the curl, and then the pudding gives it hold. The pudding actually makes the curl stay longer. So these are the different sizes of Flexi Rods that you can find at Dischem. Obviously I'm using the smaller ones because my hair is much shorter. When my hair was relaxed, I used to use the red ones because my hair was much longer. Anyway, so yeah, I do need a trim. So I started off with the wrap. Please don't use much of this because you don't want your hair to revert. You don't want your hair to go back to its natural curly state. So just use a small amount of this. I'm very, very heavy-handed with products, so I tried here very hard not to use a lot. You can see here with this pudding I just ended up using too much. I concentrated the pudding at the ends of my hair because I wanted that bit to actually stick onto the Flexi Rod and not to move. So I started off by wrapping the very ends around the Flexi Rod. Then I twist and curl, twist and curl. This makes the curl come out very tight. It's almost like like twisting my hair into a bantu knot, which makes the curls really, really tight when they are dry. So basically I just repeated this throughout this whole section. Small amount of the foam wrap, going right down to the bottom of the hair, then the smooth and hold pudding. Yeah, you see I used too much there. The smooth and hold pudding, concentrated at the ends and work it a little bit into the hair. Then start off by rolling a small section around it just to give it hold, and then twist and curl, twist and curl, just basically like that. It takes a bit of getting used to. I mean, the first couple of times I tried this, it was absolutely dismal. I just thought this wasn't for me, and I've actually tried this with perm rods, and I don't know whether the perm rods are slippery or what, but they just don't work. Maybe I should just try it again with a different product. But yeah, so concentrate the pudding or the gel that you might use at the end so that that can be wrapped around your hair. So what I did here is I separated it into medium sections, and once my hair is dry I will be separating the curls even further. So basically same thing, separate into a medium section, put some of the pudding onto the ends, then twist and roll. Yeah, you can see I'm really heavy-handed with products. Yeah, I have a problem. I'm seeing someone about it. But yeah, just try not to put too much, because this does become a bit yeah, so yeah, I was getting my groove on there. Yeah, anyway, so try not to use too much of this product because it does get greasy. Unlike the Design Essentials pudding, it doesn't get greasy at all. It's actually quite nice on the hair. But this does tend to, once it dries, it does tend to be a bit greasy, so you don't need as much as I've put on here. Basically, it's just I'm really heavy-handed with products. So yeah, and yeah, so singing, and yeah, I was really feeling my groove on here. Singing and dancing are, yeah, kind of like part of the style, and I can't sing nor can I dance to save my life. I'm absolutely terrible. I do it in the privacy of no one seeing me. But anyway, so you continue the process throughout the whole head, and yeah, basically that's way too much product. I really need to ease up on the product. But yeah, you continue the process throughout the whole head, and twist and roll and twist and roll. Try not to make it too tight if you're going to sleep with these Flexi on.
Dim na lo, ditin dim na lo, nguem duam, on tanda ganga, dim na lo.
Right, so that was that. But anyway, as I was saying before, don't make them too tight if you're going to sleep with them, because they're not the most comfortable things to actually sleep on. So don't make them too tight at the base. Make them slightly looser, because it does get pretty uncomfortable. Now, the second style that you all voted for, which was the one with the full curls, you'd basically do pretty much what I'm doing now, but just all over your head. You'd put the Flexi Rods all over your head. I try very hard not to use a dryer. I do have a hooded dryer, so I try very hard, and today was as hot as Hades, Lord. So I didn't use the dryer. I just let it air dry. It took about 5 hours to air dry, and then once it was air dried, I took off the Flexi Rods and just basically twisted them, geez, I can't speak, twisted them the opposite way that I twisted. So I took off all the Flexi Rods. There's no need to actually use any oil to separate the curls, because now after we've taken all these Flexi Rods off, we need to separate the curls and make the tiny little curls on there. So yeah, just take off all the Flexi Rods and be gentle, because yeah, I went a bit too tight. I squeezed a bit too tight, so my scalp felt a bit sore. So what I then did is obviously fix the back first, which was basically just to tie it up. There was nothing fancy there because my hair was already stretched out. So I combed it and tied it with an elastic at the back, and then pinned it down with a bobby pin just to make it nice and neat. And then for my edges, I used the Design Essentials Edge Tamer. I love the stuff. I put some of it on my edges. It really works great to smooth my edges down. So I used some of this. It is available on the online store, product placement. So I smoothed this down onto my hair, and I used a brush. I used the brush sideways because I don't really like to brush my hair that much, especially on my edges. So I just take a little bit of this and just smooth it on so it can give my edges a nice smooth flat, well, it's just basically nice and smooth and flat. Then what I did next is I started separating the curls. Now here you separate as much as you want, because obviously the more you separate, the fluffier and bigger your curls are. So I separated to my liking, and I think I separated it more here than I did in the Instagram picture. And then basically, yeah, that's me pretty much done. And yeah, that's the style. Separate as much as you like, and then you're done.
So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and that it was easy to follow. I tried to make it as easy as possible. And please tag us on our social media if you do recreate this style. And click like, share, subscribe. And thank you for watching, and thank you for all your support. It's just so overwhelming. And yeah, see you in the next one.